My name is Mohammed Alarafi. I'm the managing director of Floward, initially for Saudi and now for the GCC. I've been working in Floward from the beginning. So we launched Saudi in 2019. And now we're in 17 cities around the world, including GCC, UK, and soon in other cities and countries, inshallah, in the Arab region. Floward is a great, reliable e-commerce business for flowers and gifting. The name comes from Arabic and English word of flowers. So when we mix it together, it's flowered. So flowers in English and word in Arabic, it makes it flowered. We're trying really to play a good role in making this journey as enjoyable and as reliable as possible. Floward came, I think, in the right time as technology improving and our needs are increasing beyond the current one, where we have competition in food delivery and these stuff. So flowers is really an important thing to have in this time of in this region, especially where we're having our relationship are getting a little bit disconnecting because of the work we have. And yeah, we've been here for 3 years, alhamdulillah, and it's been a great journey so far.
Thank you, Mohammed. Mohammed, yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. Firstly, I want to ask you, the first question to you is, why did you choose a pure play model at the Floward?
Good question. So we think that this type of this industry, flowers, is really a very fragmented market. It's a very unserved market online and professionally with one company who's dominating it. The demand and the need for it is increasing sharply in the region, and there is no major player in this industry, and it's very fragmented. It's a very dark market, and we're trying to make it much easier, reliable, clean, and serve the best quality with the right value for money. So we saw the opportunity and we went for it.
Great. And Mohammed, how an online flower platform company such as Floward built a $30 million annual business in 3 years?
I mean 30.
Yeah, 30. Yeah. $30 million.
Yeah. Well, I can assure you this number is higher now, and inshallah the announcements will follow. So I think a key element is really the team we have. We have built a very, very good team, alhamdulillah. That's why you can see us in three years almost. We're now already in 17 cities. This is not very really easy to do, especially that we are not an aggregator. We're actually an e-commerce. We own the workshops, we own the flowers, we own the whole supply chain. We do it ourselves. But the fact we have really a great team have helped us a lot to expand very quickly and to grow very quickly.
It's interesting that you say this, because this brings back to what Joe mentioned about empowering the people first, and then the importance of the team and the people and the right people connecting. Now, also another thing that we discussed earlier is the role of technology. You have the right people, you've sorted that, and then the technology, some of the technology that can actually help and empower the people. So, Renaud, I want to check with you on some things or the way you were able to contribute to Floward's growth plans.
So obviously we are just an enabler. As technology platform, we enable the companies to do better their job. But I think with Floward, what we helped them with was the flexibility, the agility, and the possibility to expand to new markets very easily. So ZIWO is a cloud platform, and I think the cloud today is the first condition to be agile and to have this market reach capability very easily. You don't need to have hardware installed on different countries. So the first condition, the cloud was there. It's not so frequent. In fact, there are very few solutions in the GCC when it comes to cloud telephony. That's very complicated technologically to have. And I'm sorry, I'm the CEO of ZIWO, but we are the best in the market. You can challenge me on that, but I believe sincerely that we are the best in that. So Floward started pretty small, I think, in Kuwait, if I'm not wrong, with a few agents, and then very quickly they opened in different geographies. So we were able to add on the spot phone numbers in Saudi, phone number in Riyadh, in Jeddah, phone numbers in the UAE, expanding to the UK. So we put phone number in the UK, and each time we were adding new software license to the plan. It takes most of the case, we do that in a few minutes. So it's very easy to add a new country. Obviously, on the operation side, they need to hire people, they need to have shops, they need to source the flowers, but at least on the technology side, it was a no-brainer for them. So I think that's what helped them, at least to have all these this part of the process out of their mind. It was taken care fully, and we can help them to deploy in 150 countries in the world. So I think the sky is the limit for them. That's the first thing. And the other thing is that because it's a very agile model, last February for the Valentine, they told us we want to add 50 agents more for the promotion. You know, Valentine is a big step for the flower business. And we said, yeah, okay, no problem. Just create, give us 50 email ID of your agents. We can do it for them. And in a few minutes, they were able instantly to put 50 additional people for this promotion. And I think it lasted for a couple of weeks. And it was a great success. I see that from the engagement on the platform. I think it was a tremendous success for that. So agility, yeah.
I may add to that, yeah, for sure. ZIWO played a very good role, despite the bill sometimes goes up a little bit. So we need to discuss. But yeah. For sure, customer care centralization helped us a lot. Answering your question was that how did we expand? How did we reach to the 30 million? There are many stuff related to it, really. But when we talk about customer care and how did it help, it really did help a lot. When we centralize it, it's easier. Yeah, this is one of the elements on expansion that we're taking care of centrally. In addition to the other functions like marketing, product mix, whatever. But speaking of the customer care, yes, was really great to centralize it, where we have all the issues coming to one center, and we send it to the different departments as like bulk of issues every week. These are the areas of improvement. These are the areas of improvement for technology, our technology. These are the areas of improvement for our product mix, the areas of improvement for our operations. Instead of having it decentralized, where you have issues coming to the departments from different customer care centers, we have it in one place where the team lists down every week and review all the performance of the agents. So it really helped us a lot to improve our customer experience. So thank you, ZIWO. The ZIWO team.
Thank you, Mohammed.
And again, this also brings back to what Joe had mentioned about having the right people answer the questions in different channels. So you have multiple channels, but then it all comes back to the right people who are speaking. And you also mentioned it's not just about growing to 30 million business or even more right now. It's all about how we were able to scale up so rapidly, Mohammed. Wonderful. But my question now is, while you scaled up, you're still a startup and you did scale up in a tremendous phase. But how did the COVID crisis affect a startup such as yourself?
Well, I think initially we're still at the beginning. The journey is still too long, long. Inshallah, will be growing much faster and much bigger. COVID was really the biggest crisis I had in my life. Although I'm not very old, but I think it was very bad for everyone, even for us who benefited later on from it. But at the beginning, it was a disaster. We had 3 weeks or 4 weeks with full lockdown, zero revenue. Can you imagine that? We had around more than 200 people employed. We had zero revenue for 3 weeks. So it wasn't easy at all. But I believe COVID later on helped all the e-commerce businesses, helped to change faster the customer experience towards e-commerce, online ordering, instead of going out and meeting people and putting yourself in danger of getting COVID. So I believe all e-commerce really got the benefit of COVID later on, again, because of the customer experience. Floward, alhamdulillah, we tried to get the best out of it. We tried to make the best quality we can, to hear our customers very well and make it a pleasant journey for them. And I think it worked with us.
Great, thanks. Before I continue with this, I encourage the participants to post questions or use the raise hand button to directly have a conversation with the experts that we have today from Floward and ZIWO, who are talking today about how Floward scaled their growth with agility. Now, Mohammed, my question now to you is, is Floward a completely online platform, or do you also have physical stores? There's a reason why I'm asking this question.
Okay, that's a good question. Currently, we're all fully online. We do some corporate deals, but it's like in our office, a proper meeting or Zoom call where we do some deals specifically for some companies. I can give you examples. Like we have some banks who are sending gifts for their employees and their birthdays. Because of our model and how we do it, we just need the number and the name, and we agree with them on what to write on the card. And khalas, for every week we receive a list from their HR, and we send gifts for all the employees this week. We get the location, we get the proper time for them, and we send it in the day of birthday. So it's a gift from their company. So our work is fully online. We don't have any shops. We only do some deals for some companies that we can collaborate with.
Right. We have a question from the audience. Syed Jamar would like to ask something. Syed, over to you. I have a couple of things that I want to check with Mohammed. There's a follow-up question.
Nothing, hi to Renaud. Hi Renaud, how are you? This is Syed Jamir, head of IT Burgerizer. Hope you remember me.
Of course, Burgerizer is one of our happy clients.
Yeah, we are one of your customers. We are very happy. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. And we are one of the customers for ZIWO. Just to share our success story, very fantastic experience with ZIWO. We set up our call center in 3 days, and we went live. In almost like a week, 10 days period. In addition, we integrated ZIWO with our point of sale backend software as well, just for the information for all the audience. And it was really great experience. It is really agile, and it's looking forward with a very great relation with ZIWO going forward. Okay, and it was the deployment all happened without, it was with zero human intervention. We carried the whole deployment, whole trainings, all remotely. Okay, so COVID is really a great lesson learned. pre-COVID, it was like, no, we need the deployment to happen physically. We need someone to be present over here. It is SIP, it is configuration, it is this, it is that, etc., etc. But it was really nice experience. Okay, all went really, really very smoothly with almost 0.001% downtime. So it was
Wow,
a great
fantastic.
experience with ZIWO team. It is
Thank you.
really great. Thank you so much. And thanks again, Renaud. And thank you for all the support that is you and your team is providing.
Thank you very much, Syed. Very happy
Thank you.
to
Thank you, Syed. Syed, just before I let go of you, one thing. Sajid is asking which point of sales. You mentioned about point of sales. Which point of sales?
We in Saudi Arabia, we are using Foodix point of sale. Foodix is a software actually. It's an iPad-based point of sale software. Very rigid, very agile. Okay, and almost it's not only call center. Our ERP, our aggregators, our mobile app, our web, everything we have integrated. Very simple APIs to understand and very simple to integrate. One of the good software in Saudi Arabia, very popular, very famous.
Thank you.
FOODICS, Foodix.
Thank you, Syed.
Yeah.
Coming back to you, Mohammed, my question to you is, when did you start using ZIWO? Because we're already hearing a lot of happy customers for ZIWO. So was this before the COVID situation or after the COVID situation?
No, it was before COVID. We started before COVID. Yeah, but we increased it a lot after COVID.
That was my next question. I wanted to know what happened after the 3-week lean period that you had. What was the discussions and how things changed after that is what I wanted to check with you.
I think ZIWO really, not just because this organized by ZIWO, but saying the truth, ZIWO was really a great tool and enabler for us. And we didn't hesitate to expand our work with ZIWO. We're getting a very good support all the time. And the fact it's a cloud service, you don't need to build your call center and buy servers and record it and I don't know, do all the hassle around it. We're getting it done very nicely, very smoothly, cloud-based. You have all your dashboards. You can track your team. So we have our customer service department where the team do their reports and performance tracking. I personally receive this reports every week, and I see how the team can collaborate with the different departments, tell them the issues. How if you see all the improvements also in our application, if you're following us, it's because we hear the customers, we're close to the customers. So investing really in customer service was a good investment for us. We tried to find someone other than ZIWO, to be honest, but our comparison was to go with ZIWO, and I think we're all happy here.
So Mohammed, you've told, we've heard from you, we've heard from Syed on ZIWO being great and how good they are, but we want to hear some specificity. What happened to your sales growth? Is there any metrics? Did it enhance any customer satisfaction? Because this also is something that I want to check with you. Working with ZIWO platform, did you see any improvement in the productivity of the agents? Did it reduce your annual call center cost? Can you give us some specificity about when you say good?
It's not ZIWO's job to increase the sales. ZIWO is an enabler, is a great enabler. If you use it the right way, you will be gaining a lot. If you don't use it the right way, you're just gonna waste your money. So ZIWO is a great enabler. It's fast to launch it and to get a very nice reports. But ZIWO will not tell you how to satisfy your customers, how to compensate them. So this stuff is not ZIWO, but ZIWO helps you to track the performance of your team, to increase their efficiency for sure. It did help us because we really listened to our customers. We really compensate them when it's whenever they have any issues. We're tracking our teams. The team are easily trackable in terms of their performance, in terms of the customers surveys that we receive. So yeah, ZIWO is a great enabler. But it depends on you. It's like if you are in a race and you are driving a very fast car, if you don't know how to drive it, you're not gonna win.
Yeah,
So,
true.
Arvin, if I can build on that, that's what I was saying. The technology is not doing any miracle. You don't have a tool that can replace all the rest of the company. You have the tool, you have the process, and you have the people. You can't achieve a good result if you don't have a good combination of good tools, good process, and good people. And probably the main differentiator is in the people still. So again, we're an enabler. But if the people at Floward were not good, they couldn't achieve these fantastic results.
Right. So, Renaud, my question for you, in fact, that I was coming to you to ask your suggestion and feedback. But my important question to you is, a prospect or a retail company comes to you and says, we want an omni-channel experience. We want the kind of solution that you have with very high expectations. Where do you start and what is your suggestions to them? Let's say I come in and say, oh, you know what, you did this with Floward. Let's see how I can do this. Can I also be scaling up the way they scale? So where do you start with them? What is your recommendation before you even get on to discussing the technology?
Yeah, of course, it's all about assessing where they are, because you can have people very mature and people that have no clue about online commerce. So really depending. So if a company is only brick and mortar and they want to go online, I would say first that's a good decision because today people they expect that you be online and both a real omni-channel experience. And the second thing is that I would tell them all about what I said to them about customer experience. Don't launch an e-commerce platform without having someone able to answer question in case it does not work fully as per your planning, because there are always some glitches that you will have to handle. So launching a website without a chat, for instance, is a bad idea. Launching an e-commerce platform without a call center is a bad idea. So be ready for having to answer these type of questions. First, because you want to convert more, as Joe said, conversion, you have a massive jump from 2.4% to 25% if you handle properly the question from the people online. That's massive. So don't look at the cost of the tools you are going to put in place, but look at the jump into conversion. So, but I think it's quite complex to answer this type of questions, but I think we can definitely help. We've got a good knowledge. We're working with a lot of different people in the retail industry. So yeah, this would be the first thing I would check.
Perfect. There's a question for you, which has come from the chat box. What are the main KPI measured by ZIWO in customer reporting?
In customer reporting, I think we have something like more than 50 different KPIs. So I'm sure that we have. This is 10 years that we are in this industry, so I think we are covering all the things. But I'm using also KPIs for my own business. So on the daily basis in the application, we've got some feedbacks from the people. I like the NPS very much because the NPS is a very good proxy for knowing about your future success in the business. NPS, it's one question only, and I like to see that every morning. I'm personally looking at the NPS feedback. We have that on the Slack of the company, and each time there is a 0, I personally go with my customer success manager and we call the person because we want to understand why they are not happy about ZIWO. That's so important. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of 10s, and we are asking the people also why they are happy and if they can recommend us, because the social seeding and the word of mouth is so important these days. So we are trying to leverage on this. But I think a good customer experience, and we are passionate about this, so we need to understand for our own product what people think. And also KPI I like is the customer satisfaction that we use for support, and also the first call resolution, which is also important because you want to answer precisely but right from the first time to the questions. These are more or less the KPIs that I would recommend first: NPS, CSAT, and first call resolution.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope that answers the question. Also, we had ran a poll right at the beginning before we started with your presentation. I want to share that results. I hope it's popped up on everybody's screen. Renaud and Mohammed, I want to hear your observation on this. If you see, the first question is on what are the communication channels that are important? This is answered by the people who are there in the meeting today.
Yeah.
So, and what do you see in the next 12 months? Actually, there's a change in the pattern. If you see the number of numbers are actually changed. So what is your observation on this, Renaud?
My observation is very nice, because obviously we keep on asking our client what is the channel you want, because we want to develop a product which is fitting for the market. So I see WhatsApp has taken a tremendous spot into the customer experience. So that's a bet that we did about a year ago when we were thinking, okay, what's the next channel we need to integrate? And we were talking about email, we were talking about the social media and so on. And we have seen WhatsApp taking all the attention in just a few months. So I'm happy that a year ago we decided really to put WhatsApp very high on our roadmap. Mm-hmm. So that's the channels that we're managing today. The phone calls, there is no mystery. Phone calls is very specific, because it's a synchronous way of communication. All the other channels is not synchronous. It's not real time. So the people are expecting a fast response, but it's not real time like the voice. So yeah, I see SMS, of course, is important for transactional. You send today payment links through SMS and so on. Email is still a very strong way of communication. And I'm a bit surprised by the social media, because it's not that much. I remember about 5 years ago, social media communication was supposed to take all the spot. And in fact, only WhatsApp really in the region. It's not the same for everywhere in the world, but in the region, WhatsApp is so important. I'm happy that we have it. And for the next 12 months, yeah, I see Instagram coming up, and that's good news, because we have started already to do the integration with Instagram. So that's probably one of the thing important. And the video call is also something that we're working on, with more in demand.
Wow, because I see that the video call is got more than 6-fold increment in they're expecting from 5% to 38%. That's a huge change. Perfect. Thank you for that. Mohammed, if I may have to ask you, what could be your top few channels that you're focusing for the next couple of months, next 12 months? Any specific channels that you think has got the potential?
Well, I think focusing in one channel is not really the right thing to do it always. Right. We need to if you see, Instagram is becoming a channel, Twitter is becoming a channel, WhatsApp and phone calls is obvious. Email was before the highest. Now we're seeing a big decrease in emails. From my point of view, I don't see an email a good communication channel with the customer to fix issues or help them in their issues. They need a rapid answer. They need a quick one. And to be honest, I believe that the customers are using Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Is that because they are thinking they can get a faster response because the companies will try to accommodate any issues that are going into public? However, I think if we utilize phone calls and WhatsApp, AI, I don't know how good it is and how can it help in terms of improving the customer service experience. I hope one day we can automate this and make the machine learning much better and learn even the tone, how to talk to people, either like through phone calls or WhatsApp. WhatsApp, I think there are several companies. I don't know, if you're working on WhatsApp or planning something for WhatsApp communication. But I know that there are few companies who are working to implement more of an AI model on replying to customers. I know that the team told me once that we're working with ZIWO on something to get a customer feedback that is automated. That's also a good one. But we need the machine to answer and speak to the people like a human being. That would be really an extreme, and I don't think at that time people will use WhatsApp nor the social media accounts as long as they can get answer very quickly and their problem is solved very quickly.
Perfect. I agree with you. We are in a generation where people would want immediate response or the fastest response, and even the right reality or right response, which came in a little late, would still affect the customer experience. Keeping time in mind, I would like to conclude. But before we conclude, I like to ask one last question that comes from the audience. And while that question is answered, I would also like to launch a poll, which I want feedback from all the participants that we have. So Renaud and Mohammed, the question that comes in from the audience is anyone working on FCR? If yes, does that really help? Sorry, I'm not aware of the term FCR, but I'm sure the experts you should know.
Yeah, FCR, and I've posted on the chat as well a page from our website explaining all the KPIs and where. So there are a lot of resources on the website about the KPIs and the good practice how to manage a call center. We've got ex-call center manager in our team, by the way, so they are very knowledgeable about that. FCR is the first call resolution, so it's your ability to answer from the first contact. And that's extremely important because how frustrated it is to have to call back again and again to get a complete answer. So yes, definitely a lot of contact centers are working with FCR. That's one of the main KPI used.
All right. Thank you, Renaud. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you for joining us today. And we've also seen the questions that has come from the chat. I will also end the poll now, and I will share the results. Maybe this is something for everyone to review, the kind of CRM that people are using in the region, and then probably this is something that we can take it after the call. Any questions that you all have, we are happy to take. I can connect you with the speakers, but for now, I will have to put an end to this discussion. I didn't realize we've ran out of time so quickly. Thank you so much. I thank the speakers. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Renaud. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you all for joining us today. And any questions to the speakers, please feel free to reach to us, and we will be happy to share it with them and get back to you all with an answer. And then soon we will meet for another session on how retail progresses from here. Thank you all. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mohammed and Arvin for the organization. Also, I'm spending a lot of time on the chat on ZIWO.io. So if you've got further questions, I might answer myself directly. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.